Hello, friends. How's everyone doing today? Hello, I am super excited to be with you guys today on the Tina Greer Show, Small Business Conversations. So come on in the room. Let all the different platforms that we are coming to you live today gather up the audience and come on in and say hello to us. I am super excited. But first and foremost, let before I forget, let me say who I am. I am Tina Greer of Greer Business Solutions, and I work with small business owners in the area of government contracts. And on the Tina Greer Show, Small Business Conversations, I have none other than a subject matter expert that's going to bring the goods tonight. And we are talking about how the importance of marketing your biz, growing and scaling your biz. So let me introduce you guys to none other than Miss Tashana Thompson. Hello, Tashana.
Hey, how are you?
I am well. I am well. Look, people are coming in now because they want to know how to market their biz, but we don't want to get ahead of ourselves, right?
Right.
I want to formally introduce you, right? Because again, I really, you are one of the top experts in the industry. So let me just tell the peeps a little bit about you. So Miss Thompson, she is a thought leader and marketing strategist and is very passionate about helping entrepreneurs increase their revenue by marketing their products and services online, guys, and especially being in this pandemic and being in this virtual space. So let me tell you a little bit. For nearly 2 decades, all right, Mrs. Thompson has been leveraging her fractional marketing services to help businesses establish their brands and increase their revenues. Tashana thoroughly enjoys developing customized, tactical marketing plans to help her clients move their organizations forward. She's a dynamic person. I've been
Awesome.
with her for several years, and really she's going to give us some valuable information on how we can grow our and scale our business in this digital age. And in the situation that we are in now to capitalize on it. So let me just let everybody know. Welcome, Miss Tashana Thompson. Hello.
Thank you so much for having me,
Yes.
Tina.
Awesome. So, Tashana, I know I just briefly top level talked about what you do, and I know marketing can encompass a lot of things.
hmm
So, couple of things. Tell me a little bit about yourself and how did you get into this field?
Sure. I guess my most important jobs outside of being an entrepreneur and a marketing strategist are I'm a wife, I'm a mommy, I'm a daughter, I'm a mompreneur. That's the most important thing I think about me and the most interesting thing about me. And I got into this space really from a pivot, to be honest with you.
Mm.
I came from trade associations and I decided I've been in business for 14 years now. So I decided back in 2000, the end of 2006, that I wasn't happy in my current career as a 20-something-year-old, a young lady. And I decided to really make some shifts in my life and to go out on my own and to help small businesses really take their businesses to the next level. And it really came from witnessing in the trade association world many small businesses close because they couldn't effectively market themselves. It wasn't
Mhm.
because they didn't have a good product or service, it was because they didn't have the know how.
Yeah.
So when I decided that I wanted to go on the path of being an entrepreneur, I decided to get a dual MBA in marketing and HR because I really thought that those were the two areas that I was going to have to know, right? And have to
Mhm.
really dig into to effectively position myself in the marketplace.
Wow, it's amazing, and you're speaking to a lot of people today because a lot of people have pivoted over the
hmm
last 12 months or so in regards to what the services that they're providing.
Right.
There's just a lot
This
of
look, this has been
different,
over a decade pivot, but
yeah,
it initially came from that. Yeah.
Right, right. So when you touched on a very important element in regards to marketing your business, especially being a small business owner, and I think that perception is everything, and you have to show up if you want to command the money that you want to for people to pay you for your services.
Hmm.
Elaborate on the importance of just kind of establishing as a startup, establishing your company, branding your company.
Sure. So I believe, and if I could do it over again, I believe everything starts with a personal brand, right? So many of us are worried about showing up as we are a hundred person team.
Mm,
Brand you first, right? So when I think of Tina Greer, I think about excellence. So with anything that Tina Greer puts out, I know that's going to be excellent. I know you have varying interests, right? So when
mhm,
we brand ourselves and we show up in the marketplace as a whole person, that enables us to go into some different avenues, right? Rather
mm,
than, branding a business and you're like, okay, then but why Tashana business doing that? That don't make no sense, right? Right.
mhm,
So that's the distinction I will make there. And I'll also say that it's important to build relationships.
yes.
I consider myself a relationship marketer.
Mhm,
That's what I do. I'm really concerned with helping you build relationships with your ideal clients and both on and offline. So there's some
right.
traditional marketing things that still apply, right?
Mhm,
That I think
mhm,
many folks miss out on.
mhm. Right, exactly. And I think that also, so can you speak to us in regards to, marketing piece in regards to
Hmm.
messaging and how you brand, your message of what you want people to know about you. Can you speak to that as well?
Sure, 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 sure. So with regard to messaging, the word authentic is overused.
Mm,
But for lack of a better word, being real with your audience, really speaking to their pain points and coming across as a real person.
mhm,
Most of us, if we're running a small business, teams of 20 or less, then we're still a small business. And even if you have hundreds of people in your team, you're still considered a small business in many subsets. But letting folks have a figurehead to attach to. People are looking for connection. So,
mhm,
what can you share in your marketing, whether it's things about your personal life within reason, that help you to connect with other folks? We're all seeking connection, and I use the three E's when kind of describing the types of things I post on social media. It's I'm engaging, I'm educating, and I'm entertaining.
oh,
Right?
wow. That's great. I like that. I like how you said it. Can you say that again so the
Sure.
in the back of the room can hear you?
Yes. Hey, y'all. So you really want to show up on your social media and, whatever in your blog, whatever you're doing as engaging, entertaining, right? And
Mhm,
educational. You're
mhm.
trying to build this relationship of know, like, and trust. People don't want to
Right.
be bothered with you if you're boring.
That's true. That is true.
People don't want to be bothered with you if you're just trying to sell them something and you're not adding anything to the marketplace of value,
That is true.
right?
That's
And,
right.
we have to engage. So not only it's a two-way conversation. So not
Mhm,
only are you, putting the content out there, but you're also engaging with other folks' content, showing that you're interested in other people,
mhm, mm.
being social on social media. Um,
Right.
that's really
Right.
key.
And that's really good because I see that, for instance, on sometimes when people hit you in the messenger or DM, you connect with them. So now
Hmm.
and then automatically they hit you with the sales pitch. Now, what is your thoughts about that? When someone is like, I guess they think they marketing to you, but they just,
No,
say, hey, buy my stuff.
buy my stuff, or they don't know you, and they tag you along with 100 of your closest friends and whatever foolishness they selling. That is not the way to build lasting relationships. I know it works in some sectors of work, but when people do that to me, and they do it often, I block them or
Mhm.
unfriend them. If I don't have a relationship with you, why would you do that?
Right.
That's just like asking, you're like literally marketing to my audience in a way that I haven't even agreed to.
Right. It's a definitely a
Right.
as well.
It's a turnoff, and people do it every single day, and they think that they're doing the right thing.
Right. So I'm glad that there's, individuals like yourself that can, educate and coach, their
Right.
clients to do it the proper way. So let's talk about in marketing your biz, okay? Because I
Mhm.
probably get to the tactical marketing because I want
Yeah.
is. I really
Yes.
do. But what I want to hit on is in regards to whatever your industry is. Can you talk about the branding in regards to like your brand colors? Is that really important in today's age? Branding your colors is like, depending upon your profession.
Yes and no.
Okay.
Yes, because there's a whole psychology behind color and how it makes people feel and all of that goodness. So, some colors are really abrasive in some
Mm-hmm.
markets. And, if you're trying to get people to trust you or get calm feelings, blue, green, that kind of family, yes and no. But at the same time, there's people who are making tons of money and serving their audiences and communities well that don't have none of that stuff.
That is true. So, when you try to follow the rules or protocol, like this is what
And the rule is there is no
you
rules,
say
right?
again.
I said the rule is there are no real
There are no
rules.
rules.
I mean, they change every day, and they change based on who you're talking to. Everybody has their own methodology. Every marketing guru has their own way of doing things, and it just depends on who you're talking to at the moment. Now, I have a method that has worked for me in dozens and dozens of clients, right? So
Well, let's talk about that
yeah,
because I want to know when I was reading your bio, that really caught my eye when you explained it that you enjoy developing customized tactical marketing plans. Can you please explain
sure. A
how do you do
tactic is yeah. So a tactic is how we get from here to there,
it? Okay.
right? An overall strategy is a big picture objective,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it kind of lays out some broad line goals. So if you say, my goal this year is to make $100,000 from my training,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to implement um, an email marketing strategy to get there. Okay, so how do we break that down into something that's tactical? I'm going to email my audience of 5,000 once a week with a blog. I'm also going to follow up and, segment my audience. Then you get down into the little things that are tactical, like little step by
Mm-hmm.
step actions that are more tactical. So it takes you from big picture to, okay, what are the micro things that we have to do every single day to help us achieve our goals?
So it doesn't. So do you feel? I know sometimes individual business owners they want things quickly. They
Oh
want
yeah.
to get to that goal right away, and they just some. I mean, the devil is in the details.
Yes.
Kind of just go over and walk over, those detailed things in order to make that ultimate goal. So would you consider like it, well, or say that it takes patience, really being attention to detail in order to reach that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like I tell my clients that it takes 6 to 12 months to establish a brand and to really get people used to posting consistently, which is daily, to get people to know who you are and what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So it is not, as a relationship marketer, I'm not in it for the long game. I'm not in it. I mean, I'm not in it for the short game. I'm not trying to hit it and quit it. I'm in it for the long game. I'm in it to establish a real relationship so that we can work together now and we can do a project and then you'll consider me again. And that it's an ongoing kind of process. There's some people that are looking to, I want to sell 100 of these right now today. That's not my business. And there's
Mm-hmm.
ways that you can do that and drive those sales and do all that through ads and things like that. But that's not what I'm here for. I'm mostly provide services to service-based businesses that are really making hundreds of thousands of dollars from their clients, and they need that long relationship. They're not concerned with making $10 today and neglecting the 10,000 later, right?
Okay. Okay. Well, that's good because so now it seems like you need to identify, that targeted client
Absolutely.
looking for, you know.
Absolutely. You have to identify your client. You need to know as much as you possibly can about them. Like, what are they looking for?
Mhm,
What are their pain points?
mhm.
Most of my clients, the pain point is that these folks are high level executives and experts who don't want to be bothered with none of this on their own, right? They don't
Right. They
they
don't have
don't know
time.
how, they don't have the time, they can't be bothered, and they want somebody just to pick up and do it for them. And that's where we really serve, to take all that headache away. You don't have to try to figure it out. We take it on and it's handled,
But
right?
you know what? You brought up a good point as far as a marketing expert, meaning that you've identified the client that needs you, right?
Absolutely.
And sometimes it's either, me and my husband always joke about it's like either you have the time or you have the money. Which one is it? Do you want to take the time and try to figure it out yourself or pay somebody? But to be able to say, okay, this is my ideal client. They're busy. They're super busy. They're really, doing very well in whatever their business is, and but they need the help, and they're willing to, they value that person, that expert, in order to give them what they're worth, in order to complete the job.
Absolutely. So knowing who your ideal client is, typically my clients value expert advice because they're experts and they know that things don't cost $5 and that they are looking for high level service and, white glove service. So they're expecting that, which comes with, its own things. But that's really knowing your ideal client is like
Right.
you know, the first
Mhm.
rule of anything is to really know who you're serving, what you're going to be providing them with, what you're looking to be compensated, how much do they make? Like, how much do people make to comfortably afford you? You don't want your clients struggling to pay you.
Right, because that's not a happy situation.
That it's not a happy
You're
situation,
going to
and they
get
will
paid.
nitpick you. Well, not even that, but they will nitpick you because they're stressed.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
They're stressed, and they need to see a quick return on that investment in order to continue to move forward with you. So it's like, did you do something today? Did you do, like, is it working? Is it working? And, a watch pot never boils. Just do the work and keep
Right.
doing the work and keep showing up, and it pays off.
Well, let me ask you. The time. Look, the time is winding. It's going by so
I
fast.
know.
And this is really, really good information. Let me ask you. It's okay. For example, I see on Facebook, like the news feed. It seems like everybody has ads. It's almost like like I'm watching TV commercial, commercial, commercial.
Hmm.
Is it a good time for a business owner to start to invest in Facebook ads, or I guess Instagram ads, or whatever? When would you say is a good time to do that as a business?
You're not going to like this answer, but I would say when you have money to lose.
Oh, ouch. But that's true.
It's true,
It's
because
true.
the first ad you run is not, I mean, you have to get into it, and you have to be willing to spend more than $50. Most of you, where the $50 crew at? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
we get what we pay for, and we're competing against people who are spending tens of thousands of dollars,
Mm-hmm.
all trying to get our messages out, right?
Right.
So I would say, and of course, Facebook ads are a wonderful tactic. I'm not negating that fact in the least bit. But you really have to decide where you are in your business and how much you have to invest. Do you have $1,000 or more to invest in Facebook ads every month consistently? Are you really going to take the time to make sure that you have the copyright and that everything is pristine? Are you going to do split testing? Are you going to do all the things that is required? Or are you trying to boost a post? Not that there's
Mm-hmm.
not a place for that, but deciding what you want. is really
Mhm.
the baseline of every marketing strategy. What are your objectives?
Mm.
And then we can get you there more than one way,
Mhm.
right? Some
Right.
ways take longer than others. Some ways cost more money than others. But yeah, I've seen people spend a lot of money on Facebook ads, and they've done great for me in terms of growth of pages and various different things. But um, you have to know what you're doing and be willing to spend some money. And most people aren't.
Right. Especially when they're starting a business or a small business,
Yeah,
figure it out. But I just wanted to get your insight on there. And let me get in regards to marketing your biz, because again, we're trying to get exposure. Um,
right,
this platform is exposure. So,
right.
question like, for instance, when you have new platforms,
Mm-hmm.
your thoughts on like the new platforms? There's actually two that I know of. The Clubhouse is one, which everybody
And TikTok.
knows about that one. Then I'm team Android, so I'm not on there just yet.
They
And
have an app for Android. It's not as robust.
say it again.
I thought they had an app for Android. It's just not as robust.
I don't know. If you let
Okay.
me know, if you know,
I just would.
yeah, let me know. But
Yeah,
also,
I got it right here. I have
oh,
a
what
joint
is it called?
Clubhouse, unless they took it down.
Clubhouse.
Anyway, we'll talk about that offline.
Yeah, we'll get that one offline because I did
Yeah.
about something. I was like, I don't know what that is. Um,
Uh-huh.
yeah, but there's another one actually. I'm on it. It's called HAPS,
Okay.
HAPS or something like that. It's new too, but
Uh-huh.
I know it takes time to invest in those in order to start to get the return of building relationships again. Not
Right.
so should a business owner really think about their marketing as a long term, have a long term strategy for return on investment.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you should be going back and tweaking that. And the thing that I dislike is that every time a new platform comes out, people stop what they're doing and run over there. Like, really take the time to evaluate, is your audience over there? What's truly happening? Not that you should not ever venture out to another new platform. You absolutely should. But I think that what happens sometimes, people drop their whole strategy and run to the shiny thing.
That's true. Shiny object syndrome. That is
Oh, they talking over there. Let me go over there and play with them. Just drop your whole ball, the left the ball, all the other kids, and you over there.
right.
And sometimes you got to stay at your house and play with these folks that's been there waiting for you, been there with you, and that are
Yeah.
supporting you, right?
Uh-huh.
Um, but there is a place for all these new things. But venture out, see what it's like. We have finite amount of time, especially if you're a solopreneur trying to do all this yourself. So don't be overly distracted by, oh, what's that? Am I
Yeah.
supposed to post over there 15 times a day? Like there's
Hmm.
a place for it. It's just really using your discernment and saying, okay, I have the hours to invest in learning this new platform. And, definitely be curious. Don't, sit under a rock, but really consider how it works into your overall strategy.
Wow. What I'm getting from you, I mean, we are almost wrapping this up.
I
Being,
know.
I'm hearing you say is you're being very intentional with your marketing.
What's
You
your time?
strategy in place, what you say, you don't have enough time, so you gotta be intentional. And I'm hearing that, and really, but before we do all of that, who are we marketing to, and why are we doing that? What is our end goal? And then
What is the call to action?
yeah, what's the call to action? And then I'm seeing that tactical strategies, those things that one must go through in order to be able to establish relationships with our ideal client. So, marketing, it seems like it's just so many different steps or layers of it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And there's all types of, different marketing just within the digital marketing space. You could be talking about social media marketing. You could be talking about email marketing. You could talk about SEO, lead generation. Like there's so many things to consider. Where do you start?
Right.
You start with establishing a clear brand, right? Is your
Mhm.
brand clear? Do you know who you are? Do you know
Mhm.
what services you provide? Does your audience know? Are you able to express that in a clear way that they're able to receive? And then you kind of offshoot from there. Like what other tactics are you going to employ from there?
Wow. Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. So you've given us so much to think about today in a short time frame. My mind is like, oh my goodness, let me look at what I'm doing. Can I know we all can do more? We all can do more. So I would like you to let the people know how can they work with you.
Sure, sure. I do discovery calls free of charge, and they can find me online at that link right there and schedule a no cost discovery session and kind of see where you're at, what you need, and go from there. And you can follow me across all social media platforms at Grow with BBS and at I am Tashana T um, to learn more about me.
Awesome, awesome. And that is great information to share, guys. Look, Tashana has really given us some good nuggets in order to really start to understand the importance of marketing your biz and then also the long term approach because we want to grow and scale our business in the corporate space, in the government contracting space. The having a useful marketing plan that you're implementing is only going to help grow and scale your business. So I am super excited that she's taking the time out to share valuable information on how to market and the importance of marketing your business. So also guys, please go to her website and sign up for a complimentary discovery session. So she's going to walk with you to see how she can help you, which is great. And that's why we are, doing these shows in order to bring the experts. We're bringing top-notch people to you in order for you to help you, grow in your business. In addition to that, with government contracts, I would be remiss if I didn't also share with you guys what's going on in the GovCon space. For those who are new to government contracting, just getting started, stuck, don't know exactly what's the best approach for their business, and even finding out, want to know, will the government buy what you sell? I want to invite you to a challenge. I am having a 5-day process to profits challenge. Again, the challenge is free. Again, free. Let me say that word. Take advantage when people are sharing knowledge with you. It starts March the 15th, and this is the link in order for you to register. So you're going to get some really valuable information and content for you to make a decision to say, is this for me? But then also information to say, okay, I'm ready to start bidding. So good. So again, go ahead and register today. That is the Bitly link. So Miss Thompson, Tashana, I'm gonna say Tashana because this is my friend. She's my friend.
Yes, girl.
I want to thank you so much. Any final words for the people?
Yes, thank you so much for having me. First of all, it's always wonderful to connect with you and be consistent. Show up, show up, show up. The world is waiting for what you have to offer. So come on out of the shadows and show up for them and share your knowledge.
Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you guys for coming in on our show for tonight. Again, catch us next month. Again, the Tina Greer Show, Small Business Conversations. Don't miss out. And also remember, subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can see this live every single month. So, guys, have a wonderful rest of the evening. And we'll talk soon. Bye bye.
Bye.